What's going on, guys? Another video. This is Juan with Greener Grounds Lawn Service, and this video is also going to be another just one-to-one, you and I having a conversation regarding the lawn care business. I'm located here in sunny South Florida, and even though today is overcast as it has been for the last couple of days, let's get right to it. By the end of this video, I'm going to have you know what my strategy is going to be to kind of ramp up for spring and summer, how to bring in additional income from my already existing customers versus having to find new customers. And although new customers always means adding dollars to your bottom line, just kind of milking that cow of your already existing customer base that hired you and trusts you is just as good. So my first plan of attack is kind of bringing up that conversation, sending a mass email to my customer base and saying, spring officially starts March 19th, and we want to prep the lawn so that it is, so that it's ready for spring. We want to have your property cleaned up so that it's ready to take on spring and summer, which is going to bring in rapid growth of weeds and grass and all that stuff. So I send in the initial email regarding fertilization, weed control, perhaps mulching, and any planting needs that they might have. I'm already in talks with a current client who has hired me for mulching, for rock installation, border installation. We've done a little resodding. They just recently got some trees trimmed because the resodding that we did, because there was so much shadow from the mango trees that they had, the grass was really struggling. So that was my first recommendation to that customer. Get the trees trimmed. That way we have some sunlight peeking through and we're able to actually resod. So anyway, that's the first email that I'm going to be sending out before the end of this month. Talking about fertilization, weed control, and any planting that they want to do. Anything aesthetic that they want to do for the properties. For those properties whose grass is dying, obviously fertilizer will help with that struggling grass, but whether they need aeration, dethatching, some properties may need to have additional assessments made in order to bring it back to that luscious green. So yeah, I have, luckily, since my last video in which I mentioned that things have been pretty slow, and I kind of reached out to you, the community, what do you guys do in South Florida that might help for those slow months? For lawn care businesses that are up in the north where it snows, they have that opportunity to offer snow plowing and snow removal, so that way their business is kind of year round. And going into this business, I initially thought, well, it's always hot in Florida. Winters are maybe 2 weeks long, honestly. But this year has been a little different. There's been a lot more overcast days, a lot of cooler days, and I wasn't prepared for that. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't anticipating that in my first year of business and actually going full-time solo, that this year's winter was gonna be different. So the grass cuttings have, slowed down some. From every 10-day cuts, some have cut back to every 3 weeks. So instead of getting 3 payments from one customer, I'm getting like 1 payment per month for that one particular customer. So I'm ready to ramp things up, and that's going to be with a series of emails. As mentioned, first I'm going to mention the fertilization and weed control. Things that I like to include in the emails are sort of like a pros and cons. And what better way to do that than by using ChatGPT? I've been using ChatGPT since, I want to say, maybe May to write my offerings in Facebook and Nextdoor. I basically just give it a very simple prompt. For example, create the urge for customers to buy this deal, which is 20% off of gutter cleaning if they book by X date. Create urgency in booking as the offer won't last long. Explain the benefits of cleaning and the consequences of not doing so, and how they can bring, problems along. So it's always like, present the problem, the consequences of not treating the problem, and then the solution, which is hiring my company, who's magically happening to offer a deal, and then create that urgency of booking soon. That way, the customer's kind of a little pushed to try to book my company. And during the spring, summer, and even fall, that was working like a charm. The only period that I've seen a slowdown is winter. But for next winter, I'm gonna be more than prepared for that. Believe that. So the next set of emails that I'll send, besides the fertilizing and all that stuff, is gonna be like resodding. That'll be probably sometime in mid-February, once it starts really warming up. Putting out emails regarding resodding or any struggling areas that need just some reseeding even. Since not everybody has St. Augustine grass. Some people like to have Bermuda, Soja. So those are the grasses that can be reseeded. So start sending those offers out. That way, for spring and summer, we're starting to ramp up on the bigger jobs, and it's not just the lawn mowings. As well as spring cleanups. That'll be the next set of emails as the date is even closer. So towards the end of February, start offering those spring cleanups. Just basically trimming back on the bushes, on the clusia, the podocarpuses, any bushes that they might have, trees. That way, they're kind of clipped just before growing season and won't grow crazily when the time comes. So that's kind of my game plan to ramp up for spring and summer. I highly recommend, if you haven't already started using it, to give ChatGPT a try. I used the mobile version, which I think it was a one-time fee of $39.99, and I have unlimited prompts. Since I'm always on the phone, I'm not always sitting in front of a computer, so I can just create a prompt on the fly. And if I want to post something, whatever time of the day, I just put it on there, and that's it. So yeah, that's kind of the spiel for today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed. I was not expecting to have 16 subscribers as of right now. My last video, I heard a lot of encouraging words, so thank you all so much. It really does mean the world to just even hear this feedback from the community. I can't lie, yeah, it has been a struggle. Taxes went through the roof in our house, so it's a crossroads right now, but we're gonna pull through. All right, guys, without further ado, comment, like, subscribe. I'm gonna keep posting content sort of like this, where I kind of give you my personal game plan on what I'm trying to do. Coming soon, I will have videos where you can see me actually doing some of the work. I don't know if I'm going to be posting them as shorts or as long form videos like this. And if you don't already, follow me on Instagram, which is Greener Grounds Lawn Service. I post on there content that's about 20 to 30 seconds, and it's just kind of like recap videos of work that we've done. And I really think that you'll enjoy it. So thank you all for watching, and have a blessed day.